Deebo Samuel, 62 yards. And the Commanders are back within a score. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And he won't quite make it to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Prescott looks to throw on first. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Being chased out left. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. From the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. On 1st down, Howell. He's got it to Gibson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 40 yards. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Slide for the PAT. And the lead will shrink to 6. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are right back in this football game. The 1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their 38. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And Howell will throw it. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Howell. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Howell. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Fourth down, Howell, desperation time. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, 62 yards. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. And the Cowboys are able to recover. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
That a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a...
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Commanders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom.
The defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To try again after the sack. Howell. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a one-point game.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
There's McLaurin. What a catch.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one looks like he'll throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Anthony Brown.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well. Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now Dak. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. We're part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick-6 on the other side, and now they get a pick-6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick-6 from earlier in this game?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean up.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this is caught.
Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Howell throwing for it.
It's caught at the 1, and he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Here's Prescott.
Throwing left side, it's complete.
Now Prescott.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now here's Pollard. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Second and goal from the 1.
Prescott.
This is caught. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
To throw, Prescott.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch him all the way in and tuck it away.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Now they go play action with Howell.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. Howell looking to throw again.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field.
On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike.
To the old rule that if you don't know that you're definitely going to get it to at least a 20-yard line, you just take a knee in the end zone. Sometimes being too aggressive can actually cost you.
Let's go.
And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Straight ahead, Walker. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Gino down to throw.
He's going to get this complete here to Lockett. Finding room at midfield. Down the right sideline.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And what a way to cap off the opening touchdown drive. You go for 2 and you get it.
Remember when the PAT or the extra point was a gimme, right? Not plus 99%. It's not that way anymore, so more people are willing to take a chance, go for 2, and take the kicker a little bit out of the game.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at the 34. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, that gets into double coverage and intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. So they gave up the big play on the touchdown in the first drive, Charles, and now they were looking for a big play of their own. Instead, they throw the interception.
And, Brandon, they came right out and went for it, trying to push the ball downfield. But remember, the other side ran a few plays before their big one, so they got a little impatient there, and it cost them.
First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. This complete to Lockett. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there at 22. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. This feels like something we'd see more commonly, CD, in a college game. They give it to the receiver down here in the red zone, but it winds up successful.
Yeah, partner, I think you'd think it's less likely to find running space to the edge down here close to the end zone where things are so condensed. But a lot of times you end up focusing on the running backs, and they're able to slip it to the receiver, and it resulted in a touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Here's Winston. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Off the play fake, Winston. And he comes back with one complete. Down inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 25 yards that time. To the air again with Winston. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Ready, break.
They snap it to Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Geno on first down. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Let's go.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he stopped immediately there. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Now Geno. And that is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On 4th down, Smith. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got a man, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 1st and 10, Winston. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll keep it on the ground again here. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Smith to the right side and complete to Metcalf. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. The final shot here before break. Smith steps away. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston. There's Chris Olave. Finding space at the 40. Down the sideline he goes. Chris Olave. Touchdown, Saints. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at the 33-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A 1st down throw for Winston. Touchdown!
Alvin Kamara.
36 yards.
And the Saints are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a first. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the 2nd half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. The Saints recovered it. New Orleans football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Winston now to throw on first down.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out on the field.
Winston to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have.
Ready up. Pass the 60. Pass the 60.
Walker now on first and 10.
Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
60 back there. 60 back there. 60 back there.
On first down, Smith. Buying time to his left. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 23 yards on the play.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
Walker diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't it? And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Oh, I think the Seahawks got it. They did. It's Seattle football. Well, I guess they felt like they needed something to get them going. Maybe you wait for this type of a play, but they try the onside kick, and it works.
I'm starting to wonder if the analytics coach is starting to get involved in the football nowadays. When you see this type of play made, this type of a risk taken, sometimes there's a different influences going into the head coach's ear.
To the right side, this is Walker.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. To throw is Smith. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, 32 yards.
And the Seahawks have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
The quarterback will keep it himself. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's first and 10. Jameis to throw it. He gets it to Thomas. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Throwing again on second down. Winston. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Saints have retaken a third-quarter lead.
They'll try and throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. The fades are tough because you need a perfectly placed pass. They got one there.
That they did. Now, I used to have a former partner I worked with who hated the fade pass. Where do you stand on it?
I do not like it because you're going into a corner. You don't have any room. What do you think? You're the analyst.
I love it when they complete it. Then it's a heck of a call.
Yeah, well, that's not very gutsy.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the gun, Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. And he'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 31 yards.
And the Saints are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
They'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and a mile. Geno down to throw. Out to his left. Deep ball for Goodwin. It got his man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing now is Geno. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
But he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. First down, Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Jameis now on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
To throw again on second down, Winston.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Josh Jones. And the Seahawks are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's Smith. Eluding the pressure right.
Going deep for Walker.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
What a savvy read by the running back. He saw his quarterback was out of the pocket in a little bit of trouble. He just broke off his route and took off deep downfield. Thought for a second there they had him, but they were unable to connect.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
And this is picked up by the Saints.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Winston now after the fumble recovery. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Winston now. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
23 yards the pickup there. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Winston. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The slot man in motion right. Here's Winston. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
So the second half comeback is now complete. They have battled from behind, taken the lead, and CD now, they just need their defense to stand up here and secure the victory.
And remember, they were trailing by double digits, fought their way back into this one. Now we find out the true definition of the team, don't we? Because one side of the ball just did its job. Now it's time for the other one to take over. Don't let them drive downfield and get the deciding score in what time remains.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They're looking to throw this. Winston. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's put it.
And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the two-point try. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25.
Let's go now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
19 tight.
Now Smith. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15.
Here we go.
One last throw here for Smith. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
And the Saints come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball